Guys, back to do a journal flip through on this one right here. You guys may know if you watched one of the videos me and my fiance did. I might have mentioned that he did get me this at Walmart when he was here, and I really do like this one a lot based on paper quality and also the design. And yes, my heating blanket is on, because it is freaking cold. But anyway, let's just get started. The sticker came undone there, or came out, there we go. So this is 34, and decorated the inside cover. It says, this was an extremely busy day here, because we had grocery store and errands, and we had a lot of errands. It was post office, CVS, paying the newspaper bill, bank, and it was kind of crazy. And I was starting to like nod off when we got back and settled because I was so tired. And I mentioned I wasn't looking forward to getting an EEG done the following day because they're just not fun. And then I mentioned I wanted to film some videos for you guys. And this was my friend Robin's birthday as well. I wasn't able to go see her because her daughter had bronchitis, and it would have been for everybody's benefit if I didn't go and risk either her getting me sick or letting allergies come in and making it worse. So I mentioned how much that I missed my fiance, but also that for the EEG that I would have had to go without taking my muscle relaxer, and it kind of scared me because the muscle relaxer is the thing that keeps my muscle twitching at bay. So I was nervous about how that was going to go. This day I just spent most of the day at my desk watching YouTube, more of, and I talk about this game all the time, Emil's Xenoblade Chronicles Let's Play, and listening to K-pop, mostly the group A-Pink. I mentioned I was really into the song Kiss on the Lips by Melody Day, and was really enjoying that. And then I also like, I think it's pronounced Jujudon's track, A Girl Like Me. And then I mentioned I wish the girls that were part of Produce 101 last year that did What a Man were still together, because they were a powerhouse in my opinion. I did film a couple videos. I did a journaling update and an updated journal collection. And this is a little picture that I did down here in the corner. mentioned that I was kind of dumbfounded by how long it took to film both of those, because it took like 40 minutes. And then this was another chilled out day. Was at my desk watching YouTube, mostly watching a YouTuber that I came across called MRJ K-pop. And he's a music producer, and he kind of breaks down different K-pop tracks and kind of says like what effects they use and how strong the vocals might be for a group and things like that. The only activity was getting a shower, and then I mentioned I may film some that night to keep myself awake since I had to have my EEG tomorrow, and they wanted me to stay up as late as I possibly could, which is just like good luck. And then this was an article that I found of Ariana and her grandfather. And then I was trying to figure out exactly how long I needed to stay up and things like that. And then this is a little quiz that was in Cosmo that I did. And then I mentioned I just checked on my YouTube channel to check something, and I saw that I had 100 of you guys watching me, which still humbles me. You guys have no idea the fact that there are 100 or probably even over 100 watching now is crazy. Sorry, I'm stuck together. And this day was busy because of my appointment, and I was glad that it was a 20-minute session instead of set over a couple days. Because the glue is not as big of an issue to get out of my hair. Mentioned that I tried out the Garnier whole blend samples, and that I really liked how it looked, or how it felt in my hair, rather. I liked the fact that it had less harsh stripping agents in it. Following day was the normal grocery store and errand run, and then I wasn't really looking forward to that. Mentioned that after my appointment I was able to go into a Value Village and get a couple things. So it was a nice way to remember the trip, even if I wasn't looking forward to the destination necessarily. Sorry, there's something in my eye. Mentioned that we had a semi-busy day here. We only had the post office and getting Papa's cigarettes in terms of errands, and then we had the grocery store run. And me and Mom were surprised by the fact that Grandma and Papa didn't need much. After we got through all that, I spent the rest of the day watching YouTube. Mostly trying to decide which Let's Play to watch next, and listening to more K-pop. I was mostly focusing on A-Pink and Vix. I mentioned that I hoped the following day I'd be able to film some for you guys. That I'd like to film an empties, a singing video, and journal flip-throughs. Mentioned that between the two flip-throughs I was more worried about 33 than 32. Just because of how thick it was. I mentioned that I liked filming as much as I do because it helps me stay ahead for you guys. So if I can't film the day of, at least I still have a video to put up. This day was an extremely lazy day. Spent the day at my desk watching YouTube and watched a lot of Rabbit Luigi's countdowns, listening to K-pop. Mentioned that I was really into Taeyeon's track that released called Make Me Love You, which I really do like and still do. Mentioned that I feel like she could do really well over here if she could find a record label that knows how to work with her voice well enough, because she's got a great voice, but it just depends on what the mixing and mastering would be on her voice and the finished product. Mentioned that I was having an extremely bad headache this day. I did film a journal flip through and did some organization. I started going through things that I knew I didn't want, and I gave them to my friend Robin that you guys have seen, and her daughter. And this day was pretty chilled out overall. Spent most of the day watching YouTube videos. Again, watching more of Rabbit Luigi's countdowns and listening to K-pop. Mentioned that I would have gone with Mama to run errands, but she had a job interview, so I wasn't able to go with her. And I kind of went on like a little mini rant. And then I mentioned started getting back into the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon game that fiance got for me. Playing as a Charmander and partner as a Totodile. I was really liking how that was going. And this was the Able lotion I finished. That's why that's in here. And then these are one of my favorite snacks. A very busy day. We had the usual errands and grocery store, as well as the post office, the bank, CVS, mortgage, pharmacy for me, and then went to the mall so that Mama could get some work shoes and an undershirt. While she was doing all that, I went into Bath & Body Works because I had a couple of the 2 free item coupons. So I'm trying to stretch my leg out. And then after that we went into City Trend so that Mama could get some scrubs, and I got this water bottle. Anyway. And then after City Trend we did Claire's, and I got some pastel head wraps and washi tape. Mentioned that I would like to film so that I can stay ahead in case I hang out with my dad one weekend. Mentioned that I'd like to film a first impressions on the Tarte mascara that I had gotten as a gift with purchase type thing. Sorry. And then I did this in here as well. Had a relaxed day here. Spent the day at my desk watching YouTube, mostly watching Emil's Pokemon XD and listening to K-pop. I was only on part 11 of Emil's Let's Play, and that overall I really liked it when I first watched it, and I was enjoying it then as well. Currently entering Pirate Town and showing the different buildings. The only activity was doing the dishes and filming the empties video, but the rest of the day I was just relaxing because I was so tired. I mentioned that I had been extremely nauseous all day and that I wish it would go away. I mentioned that I had no idea what made me nauseous in the first place and that I wish I knew. Did an empties. This was just something right here. It said did an empties video. These were a couple of faves, not including the 2 Tony Moly face masks. So these 3 are from Tissues, the Frosted Cupcake Wallflower, and then the Whole Blends shampoo. Mentioned that my foot had been hurting from where I clipped the nail too short, and that I've been on an antibiotic and trying to get it to heal, and it's technically still not healed even after about a month. Yeah, then I posted Ariana's article from Cosmo in here. That's another one that I did. This was a chill Sunday. Spent most of the day watching YouTube, listening to K-pop and J-pop, and also watching more of Pokemon XD. I mentioned that he had been trying to get the next episode of Skyward Sword out these past couple days. So, then this is said happy late birthday Emil, wrote a little note, and then happy late birthday NCS. That was my phone, if you guys heard that buzz. I mentioned I wasn't looking forward to the following day because of it being the grocery store and errands and everything. So, I found that kind of aggravating. This was another one that I did over here. This day was the usual errands and grocery store. The errands were post office, going to the bank, getting Papa's cigarettes, getting Papa's bourbon. And then I was able to go into Dollar Tree and get some stickers and some flowers in a vase to redecorate my desk for spring. And if you guys would like to see a desk tour, then let me know down below. This was the card from this month's Ipsy here. Mentioned that I would really like to redecorate my room, personally. I also mentioned that I liked how the floral arrangement on my desk came together when I finished it, and that the blue ones that I had I was probably going to give to my grandmother because she has a lot of flowers on the blue side that would work better. So, and this is Megan Trainor. I have a bunch of stuff like that in here. Anyway, I spent most of the day watching YouTube. I apologize if you heard it buzz again. It buzzes twice. Mostly Pokemon XD and listening to more music. I was also organizing my room more, because I've been like OCD about that lately. Mentioned that I hope my mom's first day of orientation went well, and that the following day I hoped to be able to film it for you guys, because I'd like to get further ahead. Mentioned that I was really liking, is it Unji? Someone will have to tell me phonetically down below, but it's called The Spring, and it's a really pretty song. Mentioned that I wish I knew why my stomach was so fidgety, as far as like being nauseous and stuff. Had another chilled out day here. Mostly watched a lot of Jessica Braun's decluttering videos and listening to K and J-pop as well. I mostly spent the day working on reorganizing my closet to get it ready for when I get my bookcase out of there. If you guys remember my room tour, I had a bookcase in there. I just wasn't liking it anymore. And this day was also the day that the Fluttershy bank that I had broke, and I was and still am really heartbroken about that, because anything he gives me is like ultra special, and my hand slipped when I picked it up to move it, and it fell and broke. Mentioned that I was looking forward to spending the next few days with my grandparents. So, and then I mentioned hoping on Saturday that I'll be able to film. And then I gave a list of like ideas I wanted to do. This is Megan Trainor. This is a if you need to de-stress quiz. I should adjust this in my hand. There we go. Chill day today, or chill day this day overall. Spent the day in bed at grandma's and watched YouTube. I had discovered a new YouTuber this day. Her username is SLMissGlam, and I really like her style a lot. So she has a lot of like pastel cutesy stuff that I really do enjoy. I mentioned that I was glad I was over at my grandparents, spent some time with them. Then I kind of went on a little mini like rant session about some things. Then I mentioned I was hoping I could do a vlogs video when my aunt and cousins were in town, but wasn't sure how everybody was going to feel about that. Mentioned that the following day would probably be another chill day since I knew Mama would want to rest or recuperate. This was a lazy day overall. Mostly watching SLMissGlam, who I believe his name is Stephanie's videos and Jessica's decluttering videos. So I mentioned that this day I was getting really close to finishing a picture that I had been putting together for a couple days, and that I was really liking how it was coming along. This is a page from Cosmo. I mentioned that I'd like to completely redo my room at some point, because the way I want it to look and everything. Then another mini rant sesh. I mentioned that I wish I could live with my fiance now, but that I was also glad to spend a couple days with Grandma and Papa. This was a pretty relaxed day. Spent most of the day watching YouTube, mostly having like a mini marathon of Amanda's videos. Did do the grocery store run and errands. And then I went on another mini rant session on the other page. Order of the rant. Mentioned that I was looking forward to the fact that it was Easter and that I got to see my aunt and everybody. I made a comment about the fact how family wants me to basically wear like a happy mask half the time, and how it gets really, really annoying. And then of course this day was Easter. Spent most of the day at Grandma's, got to see my aunt and cousins for a little while. It still boggled my mind how one of my cousins is 18 now, and she's graduating high school this year. It's just freaking crazy. Mentioned that I wasn't really looking forward to the following day because it would be in grocery store and errands, and that I'd be spending the next 4 days at Grandma's. I mentioned that part of me was looking forward to that, the other part wasn't, because I like how my room is set up here at the house instead of at my grandparents'. So, and then this was the picture that I was talking about that I had been working on. I spent the day watching Amanda's Prizzy Mail videos and Rabbit Luigi's Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. Also listening to K-pop and J-pop. So, and these are some like MLP cards that I kept in here. Had a relaxed day overall. Just was watching Rabbit Luigi's Metal Gear Rising Revengeance again. Had to run the usual grocery store and errand run, and the errands weren't too bad. It was just post office back and cigarettes. I mentioned that I was trying to do why my allergies were acting up so bad, and I still wonder that. Excuse me. That I wish I could get some relief. I mentioned that I'd like to do another singing video, but I was trying to decide what I wanted to do a singing video on, and that I wanted to do another flip through for you guys, and that I'd like to do an updated desk tour. Another lazy day. I watched more of Amanda and Stephanie's videos. I really liked her organization and storage. I was wanting to get that straightened up and everything. Mentioned I was hoping to film, but I ended up waking up and not feeling well and was very out of it, so that's why I didn't end up filming. And this is another picture that I finished. Mentioned that I would like to do an updated jewelry collection video at some point, since my last one had kind of bad lighting and everything. Another chill day. Mostly watched YouTube. And that I've been really enjoying a group called Purfles, and it's their slow track called A Bad Thing. And I really liked how it all kind of came together and how it sounds. And then we also had to go do errands, and we had to pay pay a few bills in post office. And then I mentioned we went into a store called Factory Connection, and I went in to get the bag that I wanted, and it turned out that it was the wrong one, so I had to spend the majority of my time trying to return it, which was kind of annoying. mentioned that my mom was kind of peeved at my brother because she needed him to run the errands the following day, but he'd be attending his wife's graduation, so I mentioned that I'd been in a big decluttering mode and that I wasn't sure why. And this day was kind of semi-busy. Mostly watched MRJ K-pop's videos and also some old vlogs of Amanda's. Mentioned that a friend of the family took me to run errands for Grandma and Papa. And the errands was post office, the bank, and then I switched the purse out from Factory Connection that I got that wasn't what I wanted and just got my money back. And that friend of the family, with his help, I was able to get the one that I wanted. I'm sorry, I was stretching my legs out again. Mentioned that I was really thankful to be able to get that. And that I wasn't looking forward to the following day because of it being errands and grocery store, because it always wears me out. Mentioned that I hoped when I went back to my house to spend a couple days that Papa would be okay, because he has certain quirks that I worry about, so I just get worried about him. And this day was pretty busy. And then spent the rest of the day at my desk watching YouTube. Mostly watching things from my sub feed. Mentioned that I was still on a big decluttering kick. Mentioned that I knew the following day I would have to film because I didn't have anything. And then I listed off a few videos that I decided I wanted to try to do. Then I mentioned how drained I was feeling as a result of everything. Still wishing and still slightly worried about Papa me not being there to help keep an eye on him and everything. And my mama both were saying that I shouldn't have to worry about it so much, but I was one of those people that worries when I see someone fall, so. And I kind of went on a little mini rant about some things. And then this was another picture that I did. These are some current favorite K-pop groups. And then this was a Christmas card from an aunt last year that I just stuck in the back. And then this pocket has like receipts and stuff. So yep, that was the end of this flip through, guys. Hopefully you all enjoyed. If you have any questions about anything, feel free to ask down below. And I will see all of you roses next time. Bye, guys.